It's an artist's job to relay the human experience. And you may be like, well, Tash, like, what are you talking about? Let me explain. There's basically three things that you could be doing with your time if you're an artist or some kind of creative. You could be consuming, you could be creating, or you could be experiencing and living. And the reason why experiencing and living is the middle piece is because we consume, we digest it, we experience life and sort of take in what we're learning and what we've seen, because that's what art is. The biggest piece that we're missing is that middle part. We're not digesting enough information. Silence is uncomfortable, and silence is what you need to grow. Silence is going to help you to digest, because it's just sort of like any other thing. If you eat a lot of food and you don't take any time, your stomach hurts and you can't really do anything about it because you're not digesting your food, you're not detoxing yourself, you're feeling sick. And you're feeling sick because you're holding ideas, you're holding potential. You've got so much potential and you're getting upset and telling yourself that I could do that, or I wish I could do that. Creators who are winning right now are winning because they're doing something that others aren't, and that's bringing in personal experiences. They're bringing in their human element, and that only comes from taking the time to figure out who you are and taking the time to live life through your eyes and not through the eyes of somebody else, which comes from overconsumption. And we all do it. It's very easy to get hooked on scrolling. It's really easy to just sort of get in this comfort or the security blanket of always having something to look at. And it sort of also has this effect where we take in what we're looking at and we're sort of seeing it as if we're the ones doing it, and then if we want to turn around and make something, it doesn't do as well and it doesn't feel authentic. And that's what we're missing, and that's what we need, is authenticity. That's what we crave. Especially with Gen Z and millennials, we saw both sides of the tech world. We didn't grow up with it, and then now we have it. And so I think we're kind of having this nostalgia of having art that really spoke, that art that wasn't through the lens of some like filtered and filtered and filtered and filtered to the point where we start to see these cheesy things and we're like, oh, that's this trope or that's that trend or whatever the case. And trends are good, but a lot of trends grow old quickly because it's sort of just really like it's the same thing over again. But the trend of telling authentic stories, that's not going to grow old for a while at least. I don't see it doing that. And I think it's sort of more like, oh, it's going to inspire more people to tell their stories because we all have something that's going to make something unique. And we have to kind of work harder because it's awkward. It's a vulnerable thing. And vulnerability makes good art. This is your sign that enough is enough. You're capable of making better art. You're capable of creating something that is going to break your own barriers that you have set for yourself.